Dua Lipa, and it's that time of the week once again. Welcome to the Departure Lounge YouTube channel with your host, Tom Whittle, your ticket to the home of the fantastic quiz, Quizness Jet, the brilliant Battle of the Liveries, and the manic Model Mania. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight, okay?
Welcome to the Departure Lounge, where dreams take flight. On this YouTube channel, we're gonna rock the night with Quizness Jet. We'll challenge your wit and your brain. Model Mania brings the beauty, it's a fashion hurricane. Battle of the Liveries, the skies are painted gold. We'll take you on a journey, let the battles unfold. And in our live streams, we'll break down the walls, question the norm, and have a damn good ball. Come on down to the Departure Lounge, where we're free, we'll entertain and inspire. Just you wait and see, from Quizness Jet to Model Mania. We'll make you shout in the Battle of the Liveries. We'll never back down. We'll never back down. Battle of the Liveries, the skies are painted gold. We'll take you on a journey, let the battles unfold. And in our live streams, we'll break down the walls, question the norm, and have a damn good ball. Come on down to the Departure Lounge, where we're free, we'll entertain and inspire. Just you wait and see, from Quizness Jet, Model Mania. We'll make you shout in the Battle of the Liveries. We'll never back down. We'll never back down. If you won't give me five, give me that one set aside.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Battle of the Liveries. Welcome to the delayed, but only by one day, Battle of the Liveries here on the Departure Lounge YouTube channel. And as always, hope you are well. Welcome along. So, happy bank holiday. Hope you had a wonderful bank holiday. 4-day week, so I suppose it's not the worst thing in the world. But hope you are well. Let's introduce everybody else. The reason why we are starting late is because I was waiting for the new intro to download and everything else. We weren't waiting for Jack for once. So, but anyway, let's get into it. So, joining us this evening, we have got, of course, the man himself, Jack Rolls,
Evening all.
Gemma,
Hey everyone.
and we've got Ian.
Evening.
There we go. Managed to do that first time. So, Jack, how are you?
Absolutely fantastic. Yourself?
Good, thank you very much. Gemma, how are you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Good stuff. And Ian, how are you?
Yeah, really good. Thanks, Tom. Yeah, not bad.
Good stuff. Okay. Very quickly, Gemma, as the reigning champion, how difficult was it to pick 10 liveries of the theme that we're doing this evening?
Very.
As someone that's been on
Very difficult.
quite a few times now. Jack, how difficult was it for you?
Honestly, it was like trying to find a leprechaun in Lincoln Irish Sea. So not easy at all.
Brandon, make that at the end of the end of the year highlight: a unicorn in the Irish Sea. Make of that what you will. Ian, given the topic of tonight as well, how difficult was it for you?
Well, I didn't find it as difficult as finding a leprechaun in the Irish Sea, but I did find it as difficult as trying to find a budgie in Jack Rosie's Budgie Smugglers. So there you go.
Was it leprechaun? He said. I thought he said unicorn.
Well, it could have been, yeah.
That's why I was confused. It's one
Could
of
have
the
been a
two.
budgie with a bow tie.
It's one of them. It's just a really horny horse. Right. So, anyway, so tonight's topic is, of course, 10 of the worst special liveries to ever be put out there, according to our panel here this evening. How it's going to work is the order which we've got it in. So Ian will be first, then Gemma, then Jack, then we'll run it in the chat as a poll. And of course, it's then decided by you guys watching. And of course, as always, at the end, we have Jack's section. You do want to stay around for that because holy shit, have we got some interesting stuff. So stick around for Jack's segment at the end. Let's get going with the first round of the liveries. Now, Ian told me he was struggling to find special liveries. So he went with one in particular in terms of an airline and just went for a whole load of them. So up first
Wow.
is the EasyJet livery. This is the holidays, I think Jersey, I think was the description aboard the A320. Ian, why did you pick it?
I mean, self-explanatory. The actual livery of an EasyJet plane is absolutely fine. It does its job and everything like that. But if you're going to do a special livery, put a bit of effort into it. Don't just put a bit of a triangle sticker alongside of it and say, there you go, there's a special livery, off you pop. I just think it's not very... And I wouldn't even call it a special livery. You know what I mean? It's not full of rugby players, or it's not advertising anything specific. It's just somebody sat outside of a pool. So, it's just not very good, is it? Let's be honest. If it was flying into Manchester, it'd be a battery changer. That's what
Wow.
that same old topic. I love that topic of literally like the battery changer.
Yeah.
Fair play. All right. So Ian going for the EasyJet livery. Gemma, what do you think?
I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I agree with what Ian's saying about, there's not much thought gone into it. I have actually got a photo of this from when I've seen it at Manchester myself.
I bet your battery went flat just after.
But yeah, it's sort of like, a little edition, but not too, it's not really like over the top and striking, is it?
What about the EasyJet livery in particular? Are you a fan of it, or just sort of it's just there?
Even if it didn't have the writing on it, you'd be able to tell from the colour, which airline it was. So it's very noticeable.
And of course, the one I want to always get an opinion from, Jack. What are your thoughts on this one?
I absolutely love it. And I tell you one thing, I am absolutely praying this comes to Southampton one time because, I mean,
Your obsession, man, is it's quite something.
but it is a gorgeous livery, and especially on the CO version of the Airbus A320.
Well, it's a fascinating start, but we'll see what happens with this one. So Ian's choice is this one here. We are going to go for Gemma's pick, which I know Ian will probably be super happy is going to be on the list. It's a TAP Portugal livery for Expo 1998 on board the 737-300. I can see why you've picked it, but let's get the opinion. Gemma.
Yeah, it just looks a bit of a mess. Looks very disorganised. Just looks like somebody's just splattered paint on side of the plane.
I tell you what it's like. It's like throwing, like, when you, not that you do it on purpose, but if you've got a paintbrush and you just flick it,
Yeah.
and it's still got the paint on it.
Yeah, it's a bit.
It's kind of that. it's an interesting choice here, which is
Yeah. You can't quite tell what it's actually meant to be.
Doesn't shout Expo though. A lot of the Expo liveries you tend to see around, you don't tend to sort of get the Expo sort of thing apart from just having a logo or something like that. So yes, so it's an interesting one. Ian, as the Tap Portugal extraordinaire and fan, what do you make of this one?
Well, I'll tell you what, Tom, there's a lot more effort gone into that than what there is on the standard livery, isn't there? Let's be honest. Even if they've just dipped a paintbrush and splashed it on the side of an airplane, it's still a lot better than the standard Tap livery. So I'm going to be honest with you, I don't find it that offensive, to be quite honest. I'm not a big fan, if anything, of the... I don't know whether that's meant to be a star or a starfish or something up front of the plane. I'm not a fan of that, but the rest of it, I don't really mind it. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it looks quite smart, to be honest.
For those not quite in the know, Ian is a huge fan of Tap Portugal and the current livery, and anyone that slags it off gets a beating from Ian. No, he hates it. He hates the livery and hates everything to do with the airline just because of the livery. Jack, your thoughts?
I mean, it's one of those. You'd still obviously take a photo of it, but I mean the engine cowlings haven't got nothing on it either. But it's like if you're given a child crayons and said, "Oh, just do that. We'll put on something," and that's exactly what they've done with this livery. I mean, Expo you're looking at. I mean, you look at the Dubai Smarties. That compared to this is an absolute stunner.
Is it something you wish you could see at Southampton?
No.
All right. Let's see Jack's selection then. So we've got EasyJet, we've got Tap
Here we go. Here we fucking go.
And now we go across the pond to Thrifty Car Rental on a Western Pacific 737. Why'd you pick it?
I mean, it is basic as anything. I mean, you just got the thrift on the side. You got some cartoon, which I don't even know who the hell that is, and then it's just got Western Pacific on the side. It's like, if you're doing a special livery, you're expecting it to be spontaneous, not blinking like this.
Gemma, your thoughts on this one?
It's not overly offensive. I mean, I can see why they probably use it for like advertising. But like Jack says, it looks like some Flintstones or something on tail.
Okay. It's, to me, not massively offensive. I think it's virtually the sort of same sort of... I'm trying to think of what's the one we had the other day, Eurocar or whatever it was, from Kalula. It's kind of all one colour with the advertising there for everyone to see. Ian?
Right. Well, the first thing I'll say to Jack is remember them words you just said then, where you said it was as basic as anything, because that's going to come back to bite you a bit later on. But and Tom knows what I'm on about.
I do.
Yeah. It does exactly what it says, doesn't it? It's advertising Thrifty Car Rental. Yeah, it looks a bit plain. It looks a bit simple, doesn't it? But I don't know. It's all right, I suppose. It's all right, yeah.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's run over. We've got the poll up and ready to go. So here's the choices once again. We've got Ian with the EasyJet's Holidays livery. I can see Jack shaking his head.
That's one point down the shit already for me.
Not even made it past the watershed. God damn it. Gemma with the Tap Air Portugal livery here, and Jack with the Thrifty Car Rental Western Pacific 737. Right, into the chat it goes. Here comes round one. So you lot are voting for the worst not the best. You're voting for which one is the worst of the lot. Which one is the worst? While we do that, we'll go through the chat. We'll say hello to Darren Smith, who says the Western Pacific specials have many pictures of these, and the old Ryanair flying adverts as well, about at the same time. Jack cracking open his chocolate. Excuse the noise. So we'll hold everything up for you, Jack. It's fine. Carl says Steve Jack's favourite at the moment is Southampton. In regards to, let's have a look here. Here we go. Yeah, Darren Smith also saying evening all. EasyJet livery is shite with a bit of blue sea. Still shite. Sorry. Gets a thumbs up from Ian. Gail quite likes it. Quite likes it. That sounds very Welsh then. Quite likes it. She likes it. What have we got here? Not reading that one. Steve says, "Oh, Jack, you need to go somewhere else other than Bournemouth or Bristol." So, other than that, Gail says, "How big is that bar? Geez, Jackie." So, how big is the bar?
Considering it's had a thing
For
put out.
fuck's sake.
You can't eat all that in one go, surely.
I bet he does. Not bad when you got the time to do it though, eh, Jack? Like part time. I wonder if my tax money's paid for that as well. Right. Let's end the poll. You are voting for the worst of the three. The first point of the evening, quite surprisingly, actually goes to Ian.
Hold on.
Good or bad?
Well done, sir. Well done.
Ian had this one. This was the worst of the three.
It's cacking it, let's be honest.
That's beautiful.
Jack would say that though, because he pretty much fanboys over EasyJet. All right, so first point of the evening goes to Ian. Very well done. We're going to go Ian. Yeah, same order. That's absolutely fine. Kind of a special livery for this one, but I sort of allowed it to be added because it's a little different to the standard livery. So here's what Ian's got for the first one. This is round two, the all orange Braniff International 747. There are two variants of this one. I sort of class it as a little bit of a special, even though it's probably not, but we'll add it anyway. Ian, your reasoning as to why you've picked this one.
Just look at it. I don't know what it is, mate. I don't know whether it's just orange on planes, what I don't get on with, but it just looks bloody awful. It's funny because when I was actually looking, the actual picture I've seen, it was actually on the tarmac, and the burnt orange looks a lot worse than what the picture is what you're showing there, to be fair. Yeah, but even so, I mean, you've got a big 747. Why on earth would you want to paint it bloody bright orange? It's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to it, if I'm honest. I'm not opposed to it. But I think
The flying parrot.
if you gave me that now as opposed to like the Euro white shit that we get nowadays,
Yeah, I suppose.
back then as well, I suppose airlines did have money to be able to throw paint around. So I can sort of understand why they did it. They want to sort of stand out from the rest. But yes, to go all orange, quite an interesting choice. To be honest, I quite like it. So I do quite like it. Gemma, your thoughts on the classic Braniff livery?
Yeah, I don't like it. I've had it on my list already.
You have actually, yes. I remember that now. Yes.
But no, it's on the size of a plane of a 747. It is a bit too much just to have it all orange.
I think the shot you've chose there, Tom, doesn't really do it any justice because there's nothing to compare it against. There's no perspective on it, is there? Because it's flying. But if it was sat on tarmac with a bunch of other planes, and then I think you would gauge how disgusting it looks.
Sorry about that. Jack, your thoughts?
I mean, what we were in a 747. I mean, it's so basic. I mean, I'd rather be looking at the scenery rather than looking at that fucking aircraft right now.
Something about Jack saying basic that just doesn't sit right with me.
I think it's something to do with an orange plane with a white livery. It sort of rings some bells. You know what I mean, Jack? Or white planes with orange liveries.
All right. So Ian's choice of brand F747. Gemma's choice might raise a few eyebrows.
Oh my god, no!
Sorry, Jack.
The Sun Express livery that represents the German football club Eintracht Frankfurt. Gemma, why'd you pick it?
It just screams to me like it's very angry. And
Okay.
it's I just don't.
So would you change your opinion if I said that the black and the red represent the kit colours for Eintracht Frankfurt?
No, it's the way the Eintracht is written.
Yeah.
On the back, it just screams like anger.
Okie dokie. I know Jack's a little bit of a fan of this one. However, we'll leave him to the end. Ian.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's dead smart, to be honest.
Yeah,
that's
why we have these battles.
It's
So
really smart. Yeah. I can't agree with Gemma in any shape, way, or form. I understand what she's saying about the actual writing. It does look quite sort of aggressive and what have you, but I think it's deliberately done in it to make it look like that.
I think, admittedly, I do quite like it.
Yeah, it's smart.
I do quite like this, and I'm after a model of this as well, so I can't dislike it that much. Jack, you were very quick to moan about the choice here. What are your thoughts?
I mean, this was the first special livery I caught on the 3rd of March. When I went up to Bristol, and well, when I saw it, I mean, I just fell in love with the aircraft. It is absolutely gorgeous.
There's a comment in there which I'll read out when we get the poll going. I don't like. I'm not offended by it. I think it's actually quite nice. It could probably do with that blue at the back of the tail kind of disappearing to have it all as one.
Yeah. I still get a photo of it if I saw it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just screams a bit in your face.
Just don't do what I did and forget a ladder up there.
Yes, Jack went to Bristol and forgot a ladder, even though Gail told him, and he shot through a fence. So,
oh dear.
Yes, and then wondered why there were some dark bits in his picture. Anyway, right, so Gemma's choice, the Sun Express Eintracht Frankfurt livery. Jack's choice might be, again, another controversial pick. The Hainan Kung Fu Panda advertising 787-9. Why'd you pick this one?
I mean, Ian said it about a year ago, and
No, you remember all that time back ago, do you?
yeah, it just started me. Why? You got a perfectly lovely Hainan Airlines red painted livery, but why ruin it with all these cartoon bloody pandas?
Anyone want to tell him why there's cartoon pandas on the livery?
I totally agree with you. I don't understand why they have to fill planes up with cartoon pictures. I do understand because it's all about advertising a movie and stuff like that. And obviously pandas being Chinese, and I totally get it. But I think I agree with Jack. It doesn't look right. Looks awful. And I'll be honest with you, I was going through Hainan Airlines as well. Today.
I quite like this. I don't think it's too busy.
Yeah, is this the one where, because it's obviously advertising the Kung Fu Panda,
Mm-hmm.
is this the one where they actually got into trouble for flying it over here because they didn't have rights to advertise it or something.
Oh, because it's been removed, isn't it? So it's all red now. So quite possibly. Yes.
I'm sure I read somewhere that they flew it in once and then couldn't fly it in again because they didn't have rights for advertisement.
I think someone will know more about it. I trust that Darren Smith may potentially know all about this one. But yeah, obviously no longer sits on the plane now. It's like an all red livery just without the pandas on it. It's somehow weirdly cool. It's a lot better than actually having the pandas on it, which is saying something. So round 2, Ian with the big orange Braniff, Gemma with the Sun Express in Eintracht Frankfurt livery, who got smashed 5-1 yesterday by Bayer Leverkusen.
Oh dear.
And Hainan with the Kung Fu Panda livery on the 787. Let's get round 2 going. Instantly. I don't know if that's correct or not. I'll bring up what Darren said. Darren says, nope. Was it they were serving panda pie and got caught? I think that's like a kill pandas and turn them into food.
Wow.
Unless that is true, I don't know. I'm just going off of what people are saying here. In terms of what the picks were and everything else, let's have a look here. David Bone, evening to you, says, evening all, nothing like a battle to start the week. Yes, I'm with you, Ian. I've always thought the Braniff livery is a bit shit.
Can't argue with that, David.
No mincing of words.
Absolutely.
Let's have a look here as well. He also says there's something that makes me think porn star mustache when I see Braniff.
It's that 70s vibe, I think, isn't it?
Yes. Wayne says, how can Jack mock an orange plane? The cheek. In terms of the Eintracht Frankfurt livery, Carl says this is horrendous. The blue at the back needs to stay black and match in with the tail. David says, asking Jack to criticise an orange aircraft is like asking Boris Johnson to vote Labour. Jim giving us some information about the Braniff Big Orange was only applied to 747 November 601 Bravo November, if he remembers correctly. Max says, can you imagine if Boring Johnson would be a pilot? Imagine if you could land the plane properly. David says the Sun Express 737 is a bit busy, I think. David says, my local takeaway is called the Giant Panda. Looks like they've got competition from these boys. Dearing me. Also, Paul Hussey coming up with one Members Lounge membership. Gemma, it's gone to Phil.
Thank you.
So appreciate it, Paul. Thank you so much. Darren was joking about the panda pie. It wasn't correct. And Gemma likes, Gail likes the panda livery, saying I like that. It's cute. Happy days. So we've got a tie at the moment between Ian's Braniff livery and Gemma's Sun Express livery. Otherwise, Jack's Panda livery hasn't gone down very well at all. You're voting for the worst of the two. And then we will move on to round 3. Whilst we wait for the winning vote to come in very quickly, round the room. Ian, your bank holiday, what have you done?
I went out Saturday and then watched the gig in the local pub, and then I went out last night and watched Prest Fest. I watched the Buzzcocks.
Oh yes,
really, really good. Space, who were absolute shite, to be fair. We have a local band in Preston called Evil Blizzard, and it's sort of a death metal sort of band. I mean, it's not my kind of music, but the actual musicians, he has 4 bass guitarists on stage. It was absolutely phenomenal. And then right at the end, we watched a group called, is it called From the Jam? And it's sort of a tribute to the proper Jam, but it's got real musicians in From the Jam. The original musicians, and a different lead singer. So they were really good, to be fair. Yeah,
lovely.
And that's my bank holiday.
No, very good, very good. Gemma, your bank holiday, what have you been up to?
Not much really. Just catching up on sleep, trying to get rid of this jet lag.
Still not gone?
It's getting there.
Slowly.
It just takes a while.
Fair. Playing, of course, watching the F1 as well.
Yes, watching the F1 as well.
Good stuff, good stuff. Jack. So anyway, we're still waiting for the... no, Jack, apart from Southampton and getting pissed on by the rain, what else did you do?
So I went to Fleet Air Museum at year one, RNAS year one. So done a bit from there. Absolutely phenomenal place. If any of you haven't been there and you want to go to a museum, Fleet Air Museum, RNAS year one in Ilchester or Somerset as they call it. Definitely go there. I mean, if you pre-book, it's £18, but if you purchase it, tickets on day, you're looking at £20. So I say this because I know Ian loves a good cheap offer, but
I do love a good cheap offer, and the thing is, I mean, after seeing what giving it a good shout out like that, Jack. After seeing what happened to the museum down at Cornwall to the year at Newquay Airport, you've got to support these kinds of places, haven't you?
Exactly.
We had one in Manchester what closed as well a couple of years ago.
Mm.
So they are slowly fading away, aren't they?
Yeah.
The Overton won't disappear though.
No. You turn that on a bit for me, please.
No. Right, I've closed the poll, but I can't see the result for some reason.
Okay.
Why has it not come up? Oh, there we go. Ian takes point number 2 with the Braniff livery.
Go
on.
Close was Gemma, 35%. Jack, 21% of the vote. All right, number 3. Here we go. Kev, just very quickly, evening to you, says, I can tell you what Jack hasn't done today. Send me more pictures.
I will get them to you. Don't worry.
For anyone that's looking at this out of context, this is for a book of planes. Not anything else. Not anything else. Right, round 3. Here we go. So it is going to be Gemma first, then Jack, then Ian. So Gemma, your choice here to start the theme is the Viva Aerobus A320 in Raiders livery. Tell us all about it.
Well, this is one of the ones that I saw while I was in Cancun. Saw it and I thought, what on earth is that? It looks like some sort of pirate on the tail, but it turns out they were an NFL team, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it taxied in front of us on the way out and took far too long to get off onto the runway. So I don't like that one. But it's very a bit boring, I think.
Quick one just from Kev says, book due to be released in 2026 at this rate. Ian, your thoughts on this Viva Aerobus livery?
I'm sort of torn, really, to be honest. I can sort of see what it's trying to do, but I think now I knew we're Raiders, we're American football team, but I think the actual logo on the tail is far too big. I think it should have been made a little bit smaller and maybe tried to fit the entire logo on rather than just 3/4 of his head and half a sword. You know what I mean? And when I sort of glanced at the front, I thought it said Visa, not Viva, so that doesn't help.
Steady Eddie.
Yeah, so I'm sort of torn, really, to be quite honest. I quite like it, but I can see where Gemma's coming from with it, to be quite honest. Yeah.
Okay. So Gemma's choice, Viva Aerobus, here with the Raiders livery. We move on. Jack I haven't got Jack's opinion yet. Jack, over to you on this one.
I mean, I got to agree with both Ian and Gemma. I mean, it's it's like painting by numbers. It's that bad. It's like
I was waiting for him to finish that then.
Yeah.
It's that bad. Okay. So Gemma's choice. Here is Jack's choice for number 3. I think they're standard livery, but we'll bring it in anyway because it looks a little bit special. If you get that, you're then fantastic. The Danish Air Transport ATR 42 here. Jack, why don't you pick it?
I mean, it's like you're away on the whole fuselage, apart from the nose and the engine cowlings and the tail fin. But I mean, it it reminds me of Ronald McDonald the clown. I mean, so why?
It's certainly interesting, but it does look like a right mismatch of paint there. Gemma, your thoughts on this one?
I think it's not overly offensive. I mean, it's not like it's coloured all over the plane's body. It does sort of give me Google Chrome vibes, which I think other people have said in chat as well. But yeah, it's not like so much in your face, here I am sort of thing.
I don't know if it's just the fact that Max is just being Max or not, but has anyone else got any buffering? I know that Jim says nope.
No.
I don't think there's any buffering.
I'd probably time him out just to be on the safe side.
I'm looking at the health of the stream so far. It says excellent connection, so it's not me.
Depends on the meter, Max.
I am just hoping that it's the internet that's cutting his internet off permanently. A boy can only dream. Ian, thoughts on this one?
Right. If you've got kids and you take them to McDonald's and they get the little sheet of paper, if you take them to a Toby Carvery or something like that, and you want to keep them quiet, so you get them one of these colouring sheets and you get a pack of 4 crayons. You get a blue one, a yellow one, a red one, and a green one. And this is what they can come up with. It's been done in a McDonald's, and that's it. It's lousy. It really, really is. It's not very well thought through, and it's just a load of colours thrown together, isn't it? There's no planning behind it. It's just thrown together. Yeah, it's rubbish. Yeah, it's lousy. Yeah.
Very quick one. Hello to Sarah, who's joining us in the chat. Evening to you. Hope you are doing well. Everyone else saying no to the buffering, apart from Steve, who says that he's got buffering. Whether he's just being awkward or not, I don't know. But we'll see. I think, Gemma, we've had your thoughts on this one, didn't we? I got distracted slightly. So that's fine. As we move on to Ian's choice, maybe controversial, might not be. Here we go.
No.
And I chose this one specifically for what Jack was saying before about the Hainan Kung Fu Panda one. Why would you have such a spectacular plane and then just absolutely plaster it with cartoon characters? I mean, it just looks, it's far too much going on, hasn't it? And I think if they kept the fuselage just bluey, yellow tail, and perhaps, I don't know, just put that Pikachu or whatever it is on the tail, it would have been fine, and it would have escaped my eagle eyes. But they've just plastered it with, I don't know, a bucket of puke. And that's my opinion. I don't like it.
So this is the 747-400 domestic version, which was like the high density aircraft used for the domestic routes in Japan. I suppose the reason why you'd stick Pokemon all over the livery is because it's obviously a huge Japanese thing, and the Japanese like a busy aircraft. Gemma, you gasped in shock at this one. Your thoughts on this?
I can't dislike it. I mean, it's Pokemon, isn't it? You know, it looks. I like it.
It's not deeply offensive to me.
And I just wish I could have seen it.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's that offensive. I think it does what it needs to. It's fun. You know, Pokemon being the enormous worldwide thing that it is, I think it does what it needs to. There's obviously other versions of this as well, and of course we've had the 777-300 of modern day era as well. And I think there is still some 777 with, I think, like Eevee plane and some other Pokemon maybe as well, flying around at the moment. Jack, your thoughts on this one?
I mean, how to run a perfectly good 747.
Oh, that's harsh. That is. I don't think that's warranted.
I agree with Jack.
I mean, I'd agree with what Ian said. Just put Pikachu on the tail of the aircraft, paint it blue, put A and A on the side with the Pokeballs on the engine cowlings. Then just leave it as that. I mean,
there you go. How do you get Pikachu on a plane? Pokemon.
Very good. Very good.
Jim says that's a 747-300, no winglets. I promise you that is a 747-400 domestic version. I promise you. The Boeing built specifically a couple, I think they were the only ones to use it, I think, or potentially Japan as well, used the 747-400 domestic on high density Japanese routes. A bit like what they're doing at the moment with the 787 and the old 777-200. They never had winglets. The 400 domestics never had winglets. Everything else was on there, just not the winglets. Promise you that's what it is. Right, so let's have a look here and go for the choices for round 3 once again. So Gemma, Viva Aerobus. Jack with Dat.
look at that.
Look at that. Ian will know that one. Look at that. Good times. And Ian with the Pokemon livery here on the 747-400D for domestic. Look at that.
How he's doing.
Oh, I want
to wasn't the Doomsday 747A domestic as well?
200.
Oh, was it?
It was indeed. Right, in the chat is round 3. Either Gemma's Viva, Jack's Dat, or sorry, I'll put Jack with A and A as well. It's supposed to be Ian. So yes, Ian with the A and A, not Jack. Okay, Darren clarifying a little bit more about the 747-400D for domestic, says their longest flight is about 2 hours, so the winglets have no real effect. So there was no point having them. Let's go through what you thought of the liveries that were here. Darren says Gemma does not like this plane's livery as it cut her up on the runway.
We're already delayed anyway.
Steve says it would look better without the Viva at the front. Let's bring it up on the screen now.
I think Gail mentioned it, having a green Viva at the front just sort of just clashes, doesn't it, with it, I suppose?
Give or take, I would say. On to Jack's Danish Air Transport livery. Lee says he's seen the Lego livery. Gail does not like it. Kev says the engines have the same colours as Google. But I think when we asked about buffering, Darren said my bathroom is fine. It's not quite the same thing. Looks like a toy plane, says Steve. Then going on to the Pokemon plane, Sarah says cute. No, that was for that plane, I believe. Crack Rocksteady in the chat, hello to you, says I like that livery. I think it was the other one as well, that livery. Gail doesn't like the Pokemon one, says not on the 747, too busy. Yeah, I know the poll doesn't have Ian's name on it, but Ian has the A&A livery. I got sidetracked a little bit.
Okay.
Still counts, so it's fine. That's my screw up. David must have misheard. He said a green beaver at the front. That probably needs a doctor.
Oh dear.
Only David can pick that up. The joke, not a green beaver. Right, let's end it here. And the point goes to our current champion, Gemma.
Hey, thank
42%, tied for second place. Jack and Jack, apparently. Both Jack and Ian tied for second. Happy days. Right, we're going to take a very quick break. So everyone needs drink, toilet, whatever. We're going to do that now. Take everybody off screen. Do not panic. Everything will be fine. I'll leave you not in the capable hands of Jackie. But I'm going to put the intro on once again, and if it comes back, we're all going to be off screen. Don't worry, we'll be back shortly. Back in 2 seconds.
Dua Lipa, and it's that time of the week once again. Welcome to the Departure Lounge YouTube channel with your host, Tom Whittle, your ticket to the home of the fantastic quiz, Quizness Jet, the brilliant Battle of the Liveries, and the manic Model Mania. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight, okay?
Welcome to the Departure Lounge, where dreams take flight. On this YouTube channel, we're gonna rock the night with Quizness Jet. We'll challenge your wit and your brain. Model Mania brings the beauty, it's a fashion hurricane. Battle of the Liveries, the skies are painted gold. We'll take you on a journey, let the battles unfold. And in our live streams, we'll break down the walls, question the norm, and have a damn good ball. Come on down to the Departure Lounge, where we're free, will entertain, inspire. Just you wait and see, from Quizness Jet to Model Mania. We'll make you shout in the Battle of the Liveries. We'll never back down. We'll never back down. Battle of the Liveries, the skies are painted gold. We'll take you on a journey, let the battles unfold. And in our live streams, we'll break down the walls, question the norm, and have a damn good ball. Come on down to the Departure Lounge, where we're free, will entertain, inspire. Just you wait and see, from Quizness Jet, Model Mania. We'll make you shout in the Battle of the Liveries. We'll never back down. We'll never back down.
Cool. We have done what we needed to.
I like you, mate.
Oh, God, hang on. Oh, there we go. We're good.
But
All right, we're back in the room. We're all good. All right, just a very quick break. Everyone's had a drink, everything else. Let's crack on with round number 4. So, let me just take that one down there. Right, over to Ian first, then Gemma, then young Jack. So, Ian, you're up first.
Thank you.
We have round 4. You've gone for this one.
I have. I mean, I know it's the Berlin Burr and it's meant to be brown and all the rest of it, but brown it's got a yellow tail on it. It just looks all wrong. It's I don't know. It just doesn't do anything for me whatsoever. I just don't think if they're going to put a bird on the side of an airplane, they could have done a better job. Instead of coming up with that abomination, that's what I say, with tongue sticking out and all the rest of it, and his little white nose and this, that, and the other. It's just not for me at all. And that yellow tail and the yellow writing on the side just doesn't do any doesn't give it anything at all whatsoever. I just don't like it.
Okie dokie. Gemma, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I completely agree with Ian. It's awful. The colours they just don't look nice at all.
No.
And young Jack?
I mean, I agree with both of them. I mean, with its tongue out, it looks like it's going to try and lick out a cream egg or something.
Oh, for God's sake.
Hashtag lick it.
Yeah, you've been on the Green Beaver, mate. Okie dokie. Right. Apparently, the Berlin bear is licking out a cream egg. There you go. Right. Moving away from this one from Ian, we go to Gemma. I think quite controversial. However, we'll see what the panel think and what you guys think as well.
Oh.
Singapore's tropical livery on the 747-400, which sadly, for reasons, did not stick around very long. Gemma, why'd you pick it?
I think more for the story of it rather than the actual livery itself. But yeah, I believe it was the only special livery they've ever done. And after what happened to this plane, they quickly took the other one out of service. They also had that livery, and they've not used a special livery like this ever since.
That is correct. Of course, tragic circumstances, which unfortunately ruled the end of this special livery back in the year 2000. Ian, thoughts?
I think you've got a model of that one, Tom, haven't you? I remember I think you showed me a model of that a while ago, didn't you?
Oh God, do I have one? I don't think I do.
Yeah. Oh, right. For some reason, I thought you had a model of it.
No, I don't have one of this one.
I think it's fantastic. It's a nice looking livery. It really, really is. Obviously, it's really tragic about what happened to it and everything like that. But just putting the livery into sort of context, it's nice. The colours just seem to go well. I mean, I'm not a fan of orange, but the colours just seem to go really well together, and it's a nice looking livery. It really is.
Dead smart, this one. Do like this, and of course, tragic circumstances, like I said, unfortunately took it out of service altogether. Of course, this is the aeroplane itself that had the accident that wrote the aircraft off. Complete write-off. Jack?
I think it's absolutely gorgeous, that livery. I mean, the colours, everything about the is just gorgeous.
So, Gemma with the Singapore tropical livery. And we go on to Jack. Sarah, close your eyes if you're watching. He's only picked one of yours. The Ryanair special livery here on the 737-200. What made you pick this livery here?
I mean, the face on the front just no. I mean, the scarf is like. I mean, don't get me wrong. It is a 737-200, which is a win for it. But no, I just do not like it.
Looks like to me, without proper sort of research, looks like it's promoting a Glasgow to London route for some part of that. And a very quick hello to Susie Stealth, who's in the chat as well, saying good evening. So hello to you, hope you're well. Yeah, not massively offensive, and it's promoting, which is fair enough. So we'll see what the rest of us think. Ian,
I'm with Jack on it. I don't like it at all. The mouth at the front is terrible. It's not drawn very well, is it? Transferred or whatever. The only thing I do like about it is a little pinstripe above the yellow line on the fuselage, which is part of the Ryanair livery rather than part of the special livery. But the scarf looks rubbish as well, to be fair. Yeah, it's just not very good.
Gemma, over to you.
The mouth just looks comical, doesn't it?
I think so. Yeah, just for a little bit. I think it's just a little bit of fun in it, but I think there's fun, and then there's dreadful.
Yeah, it's not, like I say, not overly offensive, but it's not really brilliant either.
It looks like the plane just going, "Oh, pack me up, little baby, look."
Stop eating that chocolate. I'm telling you that now.
Definitely.
Enough of the sugar. All right. So here are your choices for this round. We have got Ian with the German Wings bear livery. We have got, let me just add that to the list here. That was Jack. Ryanair. All right, so yes, this is Ian's choice with the bear on the Gemma Wings. Gemma's choice, the tropical Singapore 747. And Jack with the Ryanair livery here, promoting Glasgow to London by the looks of it, from what I can see at the back of the plane. Round 4 is in the chat live right now. Max saying you still got buffering. I mean, again, fingers crossed it's your internet company cutting you off permanently. Let's have a look and see what else we have got here through the chat. We've got, in terms of the Tropic 747, Gail says, I like this. Model is very expensive, which I don't blame it. Sarah, big fan of the Tropic one as well. Carl is a big fan too. In terms of the the German Wings one, Gail says, yuck, that's horrendous. Yeah, no. Darren says, Jack, there is orange in this Singapore. Apparently you said there wasn't or something.
No.
Something like that. For the Ryanair one, Kev says, ew. No prizes for guessing what Sarah's put. OMG, it's cute as hell. Of course, she's going to stick up for her boys at Ryanair.
Lord, fucking bastards.
Yeah, Susie Stealth says, evening everyone. Hopefully I've missed all of the worst ones. We've only just started. Jim says, made a right fucking ass of that tartan scarf.
That's it.
And Carl says, it looks horrible. Happy days. Right. Let's have a look here for round 4. End the poll there. Running away with it at the moment. Ian makes it 3 points to him for his choices. 3 points to Ian, 1 to Gemma. Jack yet to get off and running for round 4. So we're at the halfway mark now. We are going to go Gemma, we're going to go Ian, and then we're off to Jack again. Oh, this will be good. Do we entertain it? Max says, guys, I have to tell you all something just very quickly. Now, we know quickly does not exist in the world of him. We'll come back to that. I'm not wasting time on this one. So, Gemma, over to you for your round 5 pick. It looks very familiar. Because she too has picked this one as well.
Brilliant.
She too has picked the German Wings bear livery.
Yeah, it's,
So,
I think we've just covered it all on last one. It's just the colours just don't look good. I mean, the tongue sticking out is a bit freaky. But one good thing it's got going for it is at least it's got pores on the engines to
Do
try.
you know
and
what?
fit
Did
with.
not notice that at all.
Yeah, but the colour wise, it's not. No, it's just not good at all. And it's called Airbus because it is an Airbus, which I think is
Yes.
quite clever.
Very good. I think we've already had the opinions of.
I don't think it's not wrong yet. I don't know what you're on about.
No. Ian, obviously, your choice is the only one to be duplicated this evening. Thought that Gemma's picked it. Okay, good chat.
Yeah, even the paws. I mean, it has got paws on the engines, on the cowlings, but they don't look very good, do they? They're not exactly bird paws, are they?
They look more like fingers.
They do, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very good at all, is it?
There's a joke in there somewhere, but I won't because we're not past the watershed yet. All right, so Gemma's also gone for this one. Let's have a look and see what Ian has picked. Now, he said something earlier, and he said, "Oh, Tom will know exactly what I'm on about." I do know exactly what I'm about because here it comes.
And there we have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Remember before, Jack, when you said about basic liveries? Do they get more basic than that?
no.
I mean, the other one were bad enough with the young lady sat around the pool from an overhead shot, but this one here just advertising a Europe car. It's a damn sight worse than thrifty car hire from America, isn't it? Let's be honest. Be honest, Jack.
No, I mean, I saw this at Bournemouth and Bristol, and yeah.
You can't tell me that that's nicer than that blue plane you showed earlier on. Am I right? Yeah.
The silence says it all.
I don't think we need to say any more, do we, on that one?
I think the silence says it all. Gemma, your thoughts on this EasyJet Europe car livery?
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? I mean, at least it lines up with windows. So it goes through middle at windows. And again, this is another one that I've actually seen at Manchester as well.
Everyone's catching on to the fact that Jack's backed himself into a corner and he's speechless. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd be more. I don't know if I'd like it more if it was covering that entire back bit of the white rather than just half of it. It just looks like it is completely unfinished.
Mm.
No, I think it'd be too much if it were all that green.
I don't know. I mean, they've done it before. They've taken that entire back sort of section of the white and they've put it as a special livery. So I don't see why they would. So, for example, I think it would look better if that blue one that Ian showed earlier had the whole of that back section covered in it, and probably the same for this one with the Europe car bit maybe being a lot bigger, going across the windows. They'd probably be my suggestion to make it better. Now on the flip of the coin, let's go to Jack, who, was a bit silent just then.
I mean, I saw this twice, but this has been one of the liveries I was catching so long now, but catching it this year, it's just I mean, I love the Neos of them. I mean, it's a lovely looking livery.
Okie dokie. Be interesting to see what the chat think about this one. Over to Jack's choice.
What the?
What on earth's that?
So the rather ugly, I think it's like a Sky Caravan or something like that. Someone will probably, it's like a Shorts Caravan or Sky Van, something like that. They've painted them up in colours over the years. Jack's specifically gone for the clownfish one this time. Jack, why did you pick it?
I mean, it's just horrendous, ain't it? I mean, for one, where's the whole mouth of the clownfish? Or is that a salmon stuck to its friggin' nose?
What?
Or is it up front there on the because they haven't put the whole clownfish on the front bit. It looks like
I don't think they could.
It's there.
Well, I think it's had a replacement nose cone, hasn't it, or something?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what everyone else thinks. Ian.
I mean, it's absolutely horrific, innit? If I didn't know any better, I'd be looking for A&A written on it somewhere, to be quite honest.
Oh, oh, Gemma's taking that one personally.
But no, I you know, it's absolutely horrendous. It really, really is. But credit to the person who's painted it and actually got it down to as far as even putting scales on it. He's actually got scale detail on it. So, I'll doff my hat to the actual painter, but then I won't pay him for doing such a bad job.
Gemma.
Well, I think we found Nemo. Yeah, it's not as offensive as the bright pink one.
I'm pretty sure Jack's picked that one as well.
But yeah, it's quite fun. I mean, like Ian said, they have gone into some detail. You can see all like the scales on the fish and thing. But yeah, I quite like it.
It's fun, but it's
not on the right plane, is it? Let's be honest.
If you're going to do that, I think you've got to do it on a plane that's a lot prettier than the Skyvan. It is one ugly plane.
I mean, if you want to take photos out of it, but that's all it is good for.
You would take photos of it regardless. It's definitely not a battery changer.
No.
Not like this one. So,
that ain't battery changing.
Choices for round 5. Gemma with the choice of the German wings. Ian with the Europe car livery on the A320neo from EasyJet. And Jack with the Clownfish Skyvan.
You would say that, Max. It's pretty.
Poll is in the chat now. Looks really pretty until Max gets his hands on it and plows it into the next runway. Also, still waiting for this bit of news that he was going to tell us quickly.
I've stopped making man milk.
Oh, I don't need that image, thanks. I'm good. Let's go through the chat here. A lot of this is mainly to do with the EasyJet option and everything else. Kev, we confused him. He said, honestly thought I'd gone back a few minutes by accident. Confused him for the choice of the German wings. Sarah going with the mockery of the northern language, burples.
Burples. That's what they are.
Burples.
Burples.
But she did then laugh at the fact that EasyJet came up. She's a big, obviously, Ryanair super fan. She also agreed with you, Ian. Like, yes, Ian. On the flip side, Gail was like, oh, no, not again. Susie Stealth is a big fan of the EasyJet one. Darren Smith says, easy bore. David Bone says, it's a shame the reg is in Golf Echo Zulu Hotel Oscar. Everyone loves an easy ho.
Very good. Very good.
Because Jack was backing himself into a corner and continuously digging a hole, Wayne says, Jack, can you give me my spade back when you finish, please? In regards to the Skyvan, Steve says, seems like Jack is either an EasyJet shareholder or he's trying to impress someone who works there. Very good. David says, Jack, you've undoubtedly won or been crowned the winner with that one. Congratulations. Gail hates the Skyvan. Darren says, but Jack, the Skyvan is orange, so it must be an EasyJet crew shuttle. Steve says, sequel to Finding Nemo, Flying Nemo. Oh, okay. I've got to. Let's react to it together. This is the news that we were waiting for. I am going to be leaving school in July because I want to play for the Gills, because it's my local team. When I get a chance, I will sadly leave the departure lounge after 2020.
After 2020?
What?
Is that 20 past 8 or is
Someone-
We've got 2 minutes.
that? Yeah.
That 20 is that like 20 past 8? Is that the one? Oh Jesus! Do you know what?
Oh, dear.
Oh God Almighty! Also, hashtag fuck the Gills. After 2020, I mean, I know what time zone you're living in, but bloody hell! Right. Anyway,
Max, it's 2019 now. You got 1 minute.
yeah, it's midnight. 20. Yeah, we're it's 5 to 12. 2019. Pandemic hasn't hit yet. Jesus Christ.
Not like
Anyway, let's end the poll there. And unsurprisingly, Ian's taken it.
Really? Oh my God.
Ian's
What?
taken it.
I
He
thought
has
that would have been
taken
Jack's point now.
Well done.
I
Yeah.
fully expected that to be an option for Jack to get a point. However, Ian 47%, Jack 31%, Gemma 21%. Bit of a stinger there. Generally thought he was going to get a point.
Mm.
Never mind. Right. I can't do any more into that because that's funny. Right, round 6. Here we go. So it's Ian first, then Jack, then Gemma. Interesting round, this one. Ian had to change this one slightly, so forgive me for this, but it still stands. You've gone for the American Airlines livery. I've had to pick the One World livery because it is a special livery, but you have picked it for other reasons.
Yeah, I just picked it because when you look at American Airlines and look at the history and look at the fantastic looking planes they've had, and then they decided to go down this road here. And I just think it's just, I mean, it's such a massive mishit, isn't it, from them, that they could have done something really nice and special after the history they've had with a beautiful looking aircraft, and then they've just come up with this Euro white bloody thing, or grey, or whatever you want to call it, and just made it look rubbish, to be quite honest. And that's pretty much my reasoning behind it. I just think it was a massive mishit from them, to be honest.
We've had a lot of opinions on the American livery in particular, but I think for me, at least, I can sit there and go, the One World livery looks a hell of a lot better than the British Airways one does, because it's nice and bold. If you imagine what it looks like on the 777 for BA1, and you got this one, it's this is how it should be done. So,
yeah.
yes, this is how it should be done. Other than that, Gemma, your thoughts?
Yeah, I prefer the old metal livery for American. Yeah, I'm not.
I think we all do.
I'm not keen on this one at all.
I don't mind it too much. I mean, I've warmed up to the idea that this is the livery now. I think the only thing that's really decent about it, I think the tail. I think the tail is a nice improvement from the last one, but the rest of it, it's not the chrome. So I mean, it's not like you could put the tail on the chrome anyway. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. It looks nice on certain planes, I think, and some probably maybe not so much. But again, if you're one of those people that prefers the old stuff, you would probably go for the chrome livery. For sure.
That's the reasoning behind it. You obviously have to move with times, don't they, and move into the modern age and what have you. But it's just like it's just not American, is it? You think of American and you think of like American muscle cars and even big motorbikes, and they're all full of chrome and they're all singing and all dancing, and then like America's flagship aircraft just roll this thing out after having such really nice looking aircraft. They've just sort of gone backwards, trying to go forward, sort of thing for me.
not a stranger to One World liveries, of course. We've had the 777 in the Chrome livery with the One World titles, just without the cheat line, which I also thought looked quite smart as well. If you've not seen it, have a quick Google. You have the AA old One World livery. Looks fantastic. Yeah, not offensive, but again, we still miss, even to this day, the Chrome livery. And of course, the fact that they can get one over in America on the 737-800 as a retro. We can't have one on the 777. It's a crime, if you ask me. Jack, thoughts?
I mean, as you've all put out, the Chrome livery was so much better than this. I mean, obviously I never got a chance to see it because I was too young back then. But I mean, this livery nowadays is just, yeah. I mean, it's okay, but it ain't the best.
I think they've had to move with the times with the 787 coming into service. They could not do Chrome on that one for obvious reasons. So they had to obviously change it up a little bit, which is fair enough. But yeah, just long for it to be on a 777 so we could see it in European skies once again. So that is Ian's choice. Up next, maybe another controversial one, slightly out of the ordinary and thinking outside the box.
Bloody hell.
Yes, Jack's gone for the utterly I'm not going to do this. Butter livery, as Wayne would go. But the utterly butterly livery here on Christ, I don't know this plane. Is it a Boeing Stearman, Jack?
Yes, but Boeing Stearman.
Fantastic. Check that out. That was just a pure guess. It's the only one I seem to know. Boeing Stearman, wing walkers, utterly butterly. Jack, why don't you like it?
I mean, compared to it now, this was actually the Aerosuperbatics livery back. I don't know how long ago these were, but I mean, I just don't. I can't get on with it.
Let's get some butter in the in the chat, please. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to disagree here with Jack. I quite like it. I quite like it. I think it's quite fun. It's obviously that's who they were sponsored by at the time. So yeah, I think that's quite nice. Ian, offended or no?
I'm offended by wing walkers. Full stop. I'll be quite honest with you. I just think they're an absolute waste of time. I just don't think. I mean, I see like biplanes taking off at Blackpool Airport, and they're like the stunt plane type ones, not the wing walkers sort of thing. And I enjoy watching them doing the thing, but I just do not understand why somebody has to stand on top of a wing and pretend to be some kind of ballerina or whatever they're trying to do. I just do not get it at all. But going back to the livery, utterly butterly. There's better butters out there, let's be honest.
Other butters are available.
Other butters are available and probably better, to be quite honest. Yeah. I don't mind it.
Gemma.
All I can imagine is Wayne just saying utter butter.
Butter.
I'm not even going to attempt to do accent, but
Yes.
yeah, I've not actually seen this one before. I never came across it while I was looking. But yeah, it's not offensive. It's just very, yeah.
Everyone's got their opinions about utterly buttling.
I was going to say that the angle of that picture though ain't looking too good, is it?
No, it's not.
Steady, Jack. David Bone just very quickly says, comment at the stream so far, I'm offended by wing walkers.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Like that a lot. Very quickly as well, Rob Brown, utterly butterly is a bit like a stool sample. Piece of shit. It's still not butter. It's fucking margarine in the sky.
Yeah, too right. Yeah.
Oh dear. Goodness me. Right, there you go. Jack's choice. And Gemma, again, bit of a theme going on here. It's only Viva Aerobus once again.
Yes.
This time promoting Club America, who are a Mexican, one of the top Mexican football clubs, playing in their top division. Why do you not like this one?
It was another one that I saw during my delay in Cancun, and I said to Phil, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely going up next list. It's the Viva Aerobus just doesn't look right when it's got that livery on it.
Do you think it's too big, especially on this one?
Yeah,
Seeing how
it
close
just
the
looks
Club
like
America one is to it.
Yeah, like the font's different, the colour scheme's different. It just looks odd.
If someone just very quickly, if someone could just clip for me the bit with Ian saying about being offended by wing walkers, we'll get that added to the end of the year highlights. Yeah, I think that Viva Aerobus is too big, especially where the lettering for Club America is. I think it's too big. I think it's probably unnecessary. It needs to be smaller and underneath the windows, maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
It just looks like a really bad cut and paste job.
Yeah.
Jack.
I mean, I've got to agree with you both. I mean, the Club America is a bit too big. I mean, where the Viva is, it's just plonked on the side without a care. But the colours, I don't mind.
Ian.
Now, is the aircraft all white, or is it fading into like a pale yellow towards the red?
It's pale yellow.
Pale yellow to represent the club badge.
Right. I don't mind it at all, to be quite honest.
It's coming from a man who's offended by wing walkers.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if you called that, no, that could have been a plane full of wing walkers flying off somewhere. And what I don't like about it is the Viva logo at the front. I think, I don't know. I mean, they're trying to, obviously they need the name of the plane on it somewhere. It could have been a bit smaller and put somewhere different, but the actual Club America bit, I don't mind it at all, to be quite honest. And I think the tail looks really cool.
Gemma's seen it. I can see her giggling away. You have competition, Ian, for comment of the night, because Rob Brown says, I curled out a dump after a Vindaloo that looked more appealing.
That's proper memory giggle, that was.
Oh, God. Toilet talk. Lovely. Very good. You can always rely on Rob for a dump update. Right. All right, here are your choices. So, Ian with the American Airlines One World livery. Jack with the YI Manas Oa Boa. And Gemma with the Club America Viva Aero Bus. Round 6 going into the chat right now. I don't know whose comment is better out of that lot. Ian's offensive wing walking comment, or Rob curling out a dump after a Vindaloo that looks more appealing. It's the description of curling one out. In the meantime, Kev's left us, so he's probably not around, but thanks for watching, Kev. We'll see you again very, very soon. Otherwise, let's have a look and see what you think of this one. And there's just comments about Max signing for Gillingham, probably on FIFA or on player career mode. David says, is that Wayne on the wing? Let's have a look. Probably not. But mostly for the Carl says cream egg vibes.
I was thinking that looked like Cadbury's cream egg.
Let's have a look here. Susie Stealth with the Viva livery. Why have they got the writing clashing so much so? As a designer, the lineup is making my skin crawl. And David says, oh God, another green beaver at the front. All right, round 6. We'll end the poll there if you haven't voted. Bit late now because I've ended. Point goes to Gemma for the Viva Aerobus livery, making it 4 to Ian, 2 to Gemma, nil point. which I'm hoping the UK get next week at the Eurovision, for the tragic song that they have, to Jack. Anyone watching Eurovision next week, by the way?
Do you even know what we're on?
Yeah, it's on next
I've
week.
not even heard. The only song I've heard is that EasyJet one. That's
Oh.
that's not even in Eurovision.
The UK one is terrible. I hear it on the radio and I'm just like, please get it off my radio.
Not heard it.
No, I haven't.
I'd rather listen to the sound of Rob curling one out than listen to the UK.
Brilliant.
Deary me. Rob also says, does Utterly Butterly fly to Dublin Longstay car park or a hillside near Vagar asking for a friend? That's a reference to the flight simulator. Thank you, Rob. I accidentally crashed a BAE 146 into the Dublin airport Longstay car park. Bearing in mind 2 engines cut out as well, but that never gets taken into practice. Right, on to round 7. We're going to go Jack first, then Ian, then Gemma at the end. Here is Jack's choice. For the LOT Polish Airlines Embraer 195 with the Greszki livery, which, offhand, is it chocolate?
I don't know. I just pictured it and thought. But
You mean you've not done research into this?
of course I.
Of course you haven't, no. You've been getting wet in Southampton and not in a good way. If someone knows what Greszki is, I'm pretty sure it's like chocolate.
It looks like is it a timeout or something like
It
that?
looks like Whisper.
It does.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know myself, unless someone's going to put it in the chat before me.
Unless it's biscuits.
Is it? What is it? I feel like I've also seen it before. Greszki. It is chocolate. It's like mini chocolate bars. Cool. I have seen it before. Chocolate wafers. There you go. Jim's got it. So Jack, why'd you pick it?
I mean,
You don't like chocolate?
it's got to be Cadbury, but it's got to be chocolate. I mean, it's you've got the original lot livery. I mean, you just plonk a bloody Goritsky thing on the tail on the side. It's like, how lazy is that?
Is it lazy? I mean, it's not. Not massively offended, but those that were offended. Ian, what do you think?
I'll be honest with you, I don't really mind it that much, to be quite honest. I mean, I've no idea what the chocolate bar branding is or anything like that. But I think just as a livery, I don't think it's quite tasteful the way they've done it. I don't understand what the black line is under the window there. Is that just like the deflective, whatever, to stop the sun? I don't know, but yeah, I just don't think it's offensive what they've done, to be quite honest. I think it's been done quite well, to be quite honest. Yeah. But I think the colours are nice as well, which helps.
Not the greatest sort of livery, however, I don't think it's the worst. Gemma?
No, it's not that bad. I mean,
No.
I think the lot livery is normally just all white anyway, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So it does sort of brighten it up a bit, and it is. I think it is like the same thing as the time out from just googling it. So maybe it's like what they sell it as in Poland, maybe.
Possibly,
Interesting. So Jack's choice of that one. Here comes Ian's choice. Quite an interesting one, this one, and one that he'll know very well because he did the show with myself and was it Steve?
I think it was Joe.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
It
It was. I remember the comments. Yes.
Yeah.
I've had the pleasure, so I did.
Every time, weren't it?
Every time,
Yeah.
Didn't give us any thought. It was just I've had the pleasure of
I've had
witnessing
the pleasure of
this
it.
goddamn fucking bastard. Here we go. Ian's choice: British Airways, One World. It's not that at all. World Tales livery, which I believe represented. It doesn't say it on here for some reason. I'm fairly certain this represented. I want to say Germany. However, I also want to say England.
Oh, I did have it written down in a little diary what it was called and things like that. I've actually I did a bit of research on it, but not that much to be quite honest.
I'm trying to find it now.
It's
Uh,
I didn't like it at the time when we did the One World show on the World Tail livery show, what we did back in the day, and I thought looking for a bad livery. I thought I'm gonna have to go through BA World Tales because there were some really, really, really dodgy ones, going through it. And I always thought to myself that it sort of gives you a bit of, like Etihad vibe sort of thing. But it's just the coloration of it and everything. It's just like some kind of 1970s carpet's been wrapped around tail, or a curtain or something from an old working man's club.
you've not been around Jack's house recently, have you?
Well,
Probably from his dinner table.
Well, I think it could have been Jack Rolls's tablecloth for all I knew. Yeah, but it's just one of the worst tales, and I understand why Maggie Thatcher threw bloody towels over and whatever she did back in there.
I'm just trying to find what country this represented.
I think it was Germany.
I think it was German. It is a German word. It's
Bavaria, isn't it? Like a
Is it
Bavaria.
I have it written down in my
Yeah.
book. Have a quick look.
I think it is Bavaria because I think it would say. Yeah, strange it doesn't have it on the back of the plane though, because normally the other world tales do have the country it's representing on the back of the plane. But yeah, fair enough. People pointing out the classics at the background, the Landors and the other. I think you got the Dutch world livery one in the background there behind the Canadian DC-10. Gemma, thoughts?
It's not as bad as some of the other world tales. Yeah, it's
Stern Tire or something. It's called
Stern Tartler or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's German. Yeah.
yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not as very in your face as some of the others are.
Mm. And Jack.
Yeah, I think it just doesn't sit well at all on top of a BA livery at all.
I mean,
They've had their sort of like. I think again, it's one of those things where if you look at the ethos behind it, yeah, probably didn't work for the spotters though. Brilliant because you never knew what was coming in.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it worked for spotters, maybe not for the ethos of the airline.
Mm.
But Jack, your thoughts?
I mean, I know it's the world tales, but surely that they could have endorsed delivery onto the fuselage. I mean, did the painters just go, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it to the fuselage.
Is that Lee Evans again, by the way?
No.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure Lee Evans did that. I'm not going to make it. Not massively offended by it. However, I mean, if it represents Germany, it's not the worst thing out there. It's got the colours of the German flag. But I think I agree with Gemma. There are a lot worse out there. If you haven't seen it, it's about 3.5 hours. Episode 10 of the podcast we used to do back in the day. But yes, and of course, Gemma's choice, goal and the Monica livery here. That's all I can go with, really, because I don't really know too much about it. Why'd you pick it?
It just looks like something you'd hallucinate. To be honest, the eyes sort of freak me out a bit on the rabbit and the kid.
It's a bit like what I ingested with the Bob Ross energy drink.
Was it any good, that?
Well, considering I don't know if chamomile has been advertised as something else, but it calmed me down. I know that.
Yeah, chamomile is really, really good. I remember years and years ago with Gilly Presswood actually, who said to me to drink chamomile tea for anxiety and things like that, and it really, really does calm me down. Yeah,
it worked very quickly. I was very suspicious that it was something else.
Yeah, no, chamomile's really good.
Yeah. Woke up with a hangover, so explain that one. Right. Bob Ross, he definitely brings the joy of something. Right. Ian, thoughts on this goal livery?
Yeah, I don't like it. It's another one of these where they just stuck cartoon characters on the side of a plane and trying to make it look something that it's not. I mean, we're not privy to whatever whether it's meant to be advertising, I have no idea. It's some cartoon probably or something in some foreign land, and it just doesn't. It looks awful. It really does. I like the rabbit, to be quite honest, but I don't think it looks good on the side of a plane. Maybe a Build-A-Bear or something like that, but not on the side of a plane. Yeah.
Okay, why? Why are we not looking in there? I'm just trying to work. Jim might need a bit more context on that one. And Jack.
What a load of shit. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, yeah, that's like me after westerns. How like, my eyes
What, with
big.
comb over?
Nah.
Oh, okay. I see why now, because Jim said, okay, Jim's got the eye emoji in there. Gemma mentioned about the eyes, got it.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I was wondering as well.
Rob Brown, very quickly, says, God forbid if any airline were to put wing walkers on the side, Ian would really dislike it.
Oh, I'm telling you, yeah.
All right, let's run through your choices very quickly once again. Jack with the Gleschke livery. Ian with the Sternhaler livery on the BA 757. Gemma with the goal 737. Round 7 going into the chat right now. Very quickly going through to the livery comments here. Just scrolled up and just seen the curling one out livery. Comment again. Rob Brown says, whoever decided or whoever thought BA Tails was a good idea is about as bright as a blackout. Carl says, Jack's tablecloth on the tail.
You did have pasta dribbling down it, wouldn't it? If it were. Dry pasta.
In terms of the lot livery, Rob said, keeping the toilet theme going, it's shit. Carl says it's not too bad. Adds some colour to a plain white aircraft. Susie Stealth. I think it's to do with the BA 757. Says that one's really nice. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Definitely wrong.
And in terms of the last one for the goal livery, Gail says the kid looks freaky.
Looks like it's been on Jack Smarties.
You don't want to go on them.
No.
Jack don't want to go on them, really. Goodness me. Right. We will end the poll. There. Susie Stealth was on about the BA1, saying it was nice. Round 7 goes to Gemma.
Hey.
50%. Ian, 40. Jack, 10. So Gemma clawing it back 4-3 now. As we move on to round 8. And we're going to kick things off with Jack, then Gemma, and then over to Ian. Here's Jack.
Oh dear.
Tell us all about it.
I've got 4 words for this, and it's Jim Ross of the Royal Family, and it's Merry Christmas,
Who?
my arse.
Who?
Jim Ross?
Jim Ross.
Roy, I mean.
By God, Jim Ross. Jim Ross is a WWE commentator. Oh, he was WWE commentator. He's now with AEW. I just imagine Jim Ross, and Jim will know all about this one. So the "by God" comments are going in the chat. Yeah, Jim Ross off the Royal Family. By God, Denise, oh my God, through a table. Wowza. Okay, Jim Ross. Goodness me. Apart from the fact that Jim Ross is in the Royal Family, why else do you not like this?
I mean, it's meant to be Christmas here, and the fact that Father Christmas looking like he's having a shite at the back of the aircraft.
Oh, Jack, no.
Bloody
So
hell.
we've had this livery before. Does anyone remember why this livery was created?
I recognise it before.
Hmm. I'm pretty sure this was designed by a child,
Mm.
and Jack's just ripped into it. Susie Stealth has also gone down the same route, saying I can't say anything bad about this because I feel like they probably had a kid design this, and I don't want to insult a kid's drawing. So Jack just comes out with the Santa's been drawn to make it look like it's taking a shit. It was a kid competition. It was indeed. Ian, thoughts?
I'm like Susie Stealth. I'm not gonna insult it at all. It's obviously a kid's design, isn't it? And I can imagine that kid and her family being absolutely over the moon about having that. And I bet they've got that picture framed on the wall, haven't they? To be quite honest, and yeah, quite rightly so as well. Yeah.
Shame on you, Jack.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gemma.
Yeah, I agree with Ian. You know, it's obviously a kids' competition thing. Probably a good thing they didn't put it on a bigger plane.
That was an underhanded compliment, wasn't it? It's good. God, I'm glad it's only on a small plane.
I don't think I can imagine having this on a bigger plane.
No.
Imagine for like a 777 or something. I don't know. Just it would look very, very odd. Yeah, everyone, boo Jack, please. Boo Jack in the chat.
Boo,
boo Jack. Boo.
boo.
Horrible bastard. Right. So Jack with the option of the BA 737-200. Again, sticking with Gemma's theme. It's only Viva Aerobus.
Bloody hell, is it?
Japan the Rappi card livery on the A320 Neo this time. Why'd you pick it?
It just looks strange. I mean, it's not as bad as the other two because at least there's the red livery. But I think obviously like the bank card with what looks like moustaches on it just looks a bit odd.
Jim says, guessing this one also held up her flight.
I didn't see this one, actually. No. The other two did, but not this one.
Ian, thoughts on this?
Well, I can imagine. So I'm owner of this Rapido card company, and I've said to Viva, I want to advertise, I want half of your plane to advertise me card on it, and they said, yeah, absolutely fantastic. It's going to cost you 200 grand or something to have, and then they've come back with that, and I'm just going to say, just give me my money back. It looks absolutely awful. I think it is just it's just an advert, isn't it? It's just taken off a billboard and stuck on a plane. That's all they've done to it. Yeah, it's lousy.
What do we think about the black card on the table? Tail.
On the tail, it looks rubbish, doesn't it? I mean, obviously, it's advertising a credit card or whatever in Mexico. I'm sure they all know what it looks like. They don't need to see a picture of a credit card, do they?
That's actually good.
What was that?
Sneeze. Good.
Jesus. Someone exorcist. Jesus. I think that describes what Jack thinks about this anyway. Right. Jack, very quickly, what do you think about it?
I mean, as Ian said, it's basically just it's just like a billboard on a plane. I mean,
that's exactly what Ian said. Yes. All right, moving on then from Gemma's hatred of Viva Aerobus and the Green Beavers over to Ian's absolute love of it is, of course, EasyJet once again.
Oh, come on.
No, I haven't actually chose this one. Tien chose this one.
Ah, okay.
But she said whenever I see a picture of the EasyJet with the telephone number on the side, number one, why on earth did they put the phone number on the side? Because if you know about EasyJet, you know about EasyJet. You don't need to see a telephone number from EasyJet, do you? Or EasyJet.com. We all know how to access their words, sort of thing. So why would you need to put a number on the side? I totally agree with what she's saying. She said it freaks her out when she sees it. So I said, well, I'll include it just because it offends you so much. So, yeah. And it looks like, remember the old, well, you probably won't do, the old 0898 numbers from back in the day when you used to see them on late night TV.
I'm not going to ask what you've been watching.
You know exactly what I mean, Tom Whittle. Yeah.
Is it after like 2 a.m. in the morning?
Yeah. When you come on from club and you're making your steak pudding in chips and
so that's where Sticky
you put
Vicky
your
got
TV on and this comes on. Yeah, I just think it's an unnecessary waste of resources, to be quite honest, to stick a telephone number outside of an aircraft. It's like having an ambulance putting 999 on it, isn't it? Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, so that's where Sticky Vicky got a name from after 2 o'clock in the morning. Right. Yeah. Jack, you're a big fan. Go on then.
I mean, no, I would say this is not their best livery, but I didn't even realise that they had Boeing 737-200 beforehand.
Yeah. Fun fact: I've got the safety card from that plane, haven't I? That's the one I got from. I got the safety card, didn't I, from Task Force?
You did indeed, yes. Gemma.
Yeah, it's a bit strange having phone number on when if you're flying with me, you've already booked your ticket, and it's not as if you're gonna when it's at 37,000 feet, you're gonna be able to see telephone number and think, oh, I'm gonna fly with them.
So here are your choices once again. Jack's hatred of children. Gemma's hatred of green beavers. And Ian's hatred for phone numbers and wing walkers. Into the chat, here we go. For round 8. Nice little selection there of hatred.
Probably me never getting to Mexico again on holiday.
Steve, by the way, has we'll talk about this as well. Unlocks the old airline ITV program memories. Seeing that, but it's EasyJet, so it's crap.
I loved watching that.
Did anyone watch Airline, by the way, back in the day? How good was that? I almost kind of want to do like a little watch along type thing with it, just rewatch everything and just react to it. I think
we interviewed what's his face, didn't we? Off it,
Jeremy Spake.
Yeah.
No, wrong one. That's airport.
Oh, was that airport? He worked for EasyJet though, didn't he?
No.
All right.
He works for that airline. I can't mention because of political reasons. That it sounds like percussion, and also sounds like Snareoflot.
All right. Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he was also at Duxford this weekend.
He is apparently. He is indeed. Lots of people just have a think in the chat. Have a chat about Airline. Obviously, very good program back in the day. My favourite, Jane Bolton. Still trying to get her on the channel. It's not happening at the moment for some reason. But yes, I'm trying. I'm trying my hardest to get Jane Bolton on the channel. So anyone that watched Gemma, you said you watched it?
Yes.
What was your favourite bit about it?
I think seeing, without sounding too awful, but obviously seeing people like crying because they've missed a plane when it were actually their fault in the first place.
People's misfortune, basically.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, it's like, well,
that's what we all watch programs like that for. I watch.
Yeah.
Is it Border Force, the one that's on Sky Witness all the time?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And just watching people squirming when they go to customs is fantastic, isn't it?
Oh, I like it. Very good. I quite like. Yeah, I mean, I must admit, I quite like when people miss their flights and then they think they're entitled to get on the plane anyway. I'm like, oh, so funny, and they just don't give a shit. Like Jane Bolton just puts them in their place. It's very good. Right, and then the poll there. Probably for shits and gigs. EasyJet wins it. So Ian doesn't win just yet. It can still go to a tie. Jack just wants a point because we've not had anyone finish with 0 points yet.
Woohoo!
an unwanted record as we go into the penultimate round. Jack, it's only Ryanair again, and this is to do with Aircell, which I think was it's an Irish telecoms company, from what I can remember. Why don't you pick it?
I mean, the cartoons, everything again. The purple shoot line, I just don't get. I mean, it's a 737-200, which is obviously a win, but no, I really don't like that.
Gemma, thoughts on this one?
It's not one of the worst ones. At least the blue and purple go together.
Mm.
I'm not quite sure what exactly that is on the tail.
I think it's a mobile phone, because it's a mobile phone company.
I was thinking it's like some sort of like a waffle or a piece of toast or something.
Just a quick one here from David. It's a strong competition for comment of the night from Gemma. Without sounding awful, my favourite bit was when people were crying because they missed their flight.
Yeah, but it was their fault that they missed the flight.
Oh, it's close. It's
thing.
very close. So I believe, if I'm correct, I mean, Sarah may very well correct me on this one. This is still at Dublin as a fire trainer, I think. Has it been broken up? She may correct me. I'm fairly certain it's still there, being used as like a fire training aircraft. Ian, thoughts?
I'm trying not to like it because of the cartoon on the tail, but I can't, because I don't know. I quite like it. I agree with Gemma where the purple and the blue go really well together, and the cartoon on the tail, it's quite subtle, and on the cartoon sort of vibe. Yeah, I don't really mind it, to be quite honest.
Guess that's me, folks.
Yep. Sarah says, I have no idea. Rubbish. I expected you to know that. Rubbish. Cool. So, this one from Jack. Here comes Gemma's. I am deeply offended that this has been picked. This is the South African Airways livery. I can't pronounce the name of it, but I'm going to go with Ziani or something like that. On the 747-300. Why'd you pick it?
It just looks a bit too cluttered. There's so many different colours. There don't seem to be any sort of pattern or organisation. And they haven't even been bothered to colour in engines to match either.
I remember this was a regular at Heathrow back in the day. I remember seeing this, driving past Heathrow and stuff. It was a real head turner. Still is, even when you see pictures. I really like this. I do really like this, because it's almost like what looks like people also represents like the flag. It's got that flag shape to it. If you know the South African flag, you will know that's kind of the sort of the shape that's on the flag there. So it's pretty cool. I'm interested to see what you think, Jack.
I got to admit, I really like our livery. I mean, especially on the 747. It's just it's South Africa all over. Beautiful.
I think that is dead smart. I do like that a lot. And again, like I said, when it took off in the late afternoon sun, beautiful, beautiful. Ian, over to you.
Yeah, I think if you see it in real life, I think it'd be a different animal altogether. But you see, with this South African one, and with a few of the Qantas 747s as well from back in day, I was sort of toying with the idea of picking one of them. And I agree with Gemma. I agree with you in a lot of ways, Tom, with the South African flag and all this, and you can see it in it. But I agree, it's just far too cluttered and too messy. It really is. Yeah, it hurts my eyes.
Okay. Here is Ian's choice. This is the Disney. I believe this is the correct one.
It is the correct one, yeah, Tom. It is correct. Yeah,
Walt Disney and the pink livery here. on the Azul A320 Neo. Which we get.
Now, I'm not offended by the pink and the daisies on the side per se, but that bloody mouth at the front with the little eyelashes above the window is just absolutely horrific. And I swear, if you don't disagree with me, then you might as well just quit and go home. Honestly, no, it's mainly the front of the plane what offends me. It's absolutely horrendous, isn't it? Where obviously that's whoever she's called, Donald Duck's missus at the back on the tail.
Daisy.
Who?
Daisy.
Is that what she's called? I don't know what she's called. Right,
Surprised Jack knew that.
Yeah, well, and then like I say, the daisies on the side and the pink doesn't really bother me that too much because it's quite subtle and it looks quite pretty, to be fair. But that bloody mouth at the front and the little eyelashes above the window just looks absolutely horrendous. It looks like it's had lip fillers. Doesn't it? It does, though.
Suit Preston well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Went to an aquarium today and saw some crabs, and not just in the tanks. So, yes, very quick request here from Sarah. She says, Ian, can you say car on the road?
I can actually, yeah, but I don't wish to do so at this particular moment. I say care on the road, and I always say car park. If that's another one, so I get picked on that at work as well. A lot of people set me out at work saying car park.
I can't think why. All right, Jack, what do you think?
It's different sort of liver. I mean, obviously, I'm being a photographer. You would take a photo of it, but it's okay-ish.
I can't, Rob. Honestly, perfect turnout.
Oh, I've just seen it.
Yeah.
It's all well and good curling one out, but when you sit there and go, Azul would have been better drawing a cock and balls, would have looked more less offensive. Oh dear. Oh goodness me, Gemma.
It's not that bad, is it? It's not like bright colours in your face. Yeah, the black Azul on the pink doesn't seem to go very well. It's like making my eyes go a bit funny. See what Ian means about the eyelashes. This reminds me of all them, them cars you see driving around where they'd have eyelashes over headlights.
Yeah. Usually Fiat 500 and Beetles, weren't it?
Yeah. That'd look awful, but it's not. Yeah, it's not one of the worst ones I've seen of theirs.
No. Okay, here are your choices once again. Jack with the Ryanair livery. Gemma with the South African 747. And Ian with Daisy Duck with car on road.
Daisy Duck with car on road.
Sarah will be a happy woman now. Here comes round 9. Who's it going to be?
I could read one of them books, couldn't I? Do you know when you get Amazon? You know when you get what's it called on Amazon Kindle?
Oh,
Kindle.
I could read a book, couldn't I, on Amazon Kindle?
You know what you should do? You should read out not that I know about it, but I'm going back a couple of years now. The CBBS do their book reading at the end.
Yeah.
I think you should do something like that. Yeah. I know what you would read though. Maybe something like, I don't know. You could recite the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and just do it in the northern accent and just be like, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, how I fucking wonder where you are.
Never see him up here. It's always cloudy.
Yeah.
Up above, world so high, like diamond in sky. Oh, that'd be brilliant. Or like the old Biff and Chip books. Do you remember those? Biff and Chip?
Yeah.
Just read one of those out. Biff, the fucking bint. Had a dodgy bastard for a brother called Chip.
Yeah.
Deary me. All right. So here we go. Round 9 goes to Ian, who now becomes the new Battle of the Liveries champion.
Well done.
Thank you.
Very good. Very, very good. So current scores are Gemma's on 3, Ian's on 6, Jack, nil points.
This has all gone to shit for me.
Rob says Ian does Jack and Nori, Betty's top bot.
Betty's hot pot. I'll tell you what I could do. I could go back into the chutneys.
Oh, you could,
Chutney
yeah.
channel.
Someone mentioned it in our chat. It might have actually been Rob who said that he was missing your chutney recipes.
Yeah, the chutney recipes. Yeah.
Might bring that back. That'd be quite good.
Yeah, sweet tart strawberry chutney were it or something.
It's a highlight. It's definitely a highlight still. Lovely job. Right, Ian is our current. Ian is the new champion. However, we've got one more round to go through. So let's see how this one will work. Can Jack redeem himself with a point, or will he finish with the record? No guessing where it's going to go. Ian, I've said to everyone else to avoid it. Unfortunately, I didn't get the message across to you, so we're going to use it anyway.
Okay, well, why do you want it avoided? I mean, look at it. It's horrific.
Everyone's used it.
Oh, be right. Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
So it doesn't need too much explanation.
No, it's just horrendous, isn't it? But it's not only that, but it was such a faux pas, weren't it? The fact that I read about it, and they spent 2,000 man hours painting this thing to make it look like that. And they flew it for 10 days, and then withdrew it, didn't they? And it could only fly at Mach 1.7 because of the paint and all the rest of it. It was just a catastrophe, weren't it?
Jim's quite good at this one. He knows a bit more information, and this is the one that Rob Brown lost out on the shootout to Lewis from London Plane Spotting. Lewis picked this one, Rob didn't, and Rob ended up losing and being the bridesmaid once again. The only people in the chat going, "Don't look, Rob."
I will say the only positive I will say about it that it's been done quite well with the Pepsi logo on the tail and the Pepsi logo on the side. When you compare it to what Gemma showed before with that credit card, it's been done a lot better than that. But then again, it's still a horrific abomination.
Rob says Pepsi Concord is up there with fucking Zagreb. He's got a hatred for Zagreb as well, with the airport making him go second as well. So Ian with the Concorde, we don't need to go into any more detail over it. We've had it several times. So I mean, it basically is what it is, isn't it?
I apologise for using it.
No, you're absolutely fine. Gemma, with your final pick, this is the ANA Star Alliance colours, 767. With of course the multiple liveries there. I assume this is the one you're on about.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Why did you pick this one?
Oh, if you see that, you've got actually no idea which one of them you're flying with. it could be any of them.
This is very true. It did confuse me back in the day when I then learned that it was the first airline that was on the list as opposed to any of the others.
Yeah, and it's got the Japanese flag on it as well. So you'd obviously, if you knew all the airlines, you knew it were ANA. But yeah, it's very confusing. None of the logos line up; they're all wonky. And yeah, it's not brilliant.
Interesting concept, and I quite liked when it was 5. They had 5 liveries, but they'd split the airplane into 5 sections, painted in all the liveries. A little bit of a mess at times, but I thought it was quite jazzy. But Jack, thoughts on this one?
I mean, it's too. I mean, looking at the logos and that, it's too like perpendicular. They're all over the place. They don't.
Perpendicular.
It's a very interesting choice of word. That.
I mean, whether it's but I know it's meant to be for Star Alliance, but what's the? I mean, it must be ANA. I think, surely.
Ian.
I like it. I'll have to admit, I do like. I mean, when we did the again going back to our previous programs, when we did the Lion season, I did Star Alliance, didn't I? Yeah. and I'm quite a fan of it. I really, really am. I like Star Alliance as a livery. I think it's dead smart, and I think that the fact that they've managed to squeeze them all on the fuselage in any way they could do, I think it's brilliant. I like it a lot. I do.
Jack, quick challenge for you. Darren Smith says, spell that word.
PERPENDICICULAR.
There's too many DIs in there, isn't there?
Yeah, it's not about.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a million miles away.
Perpendicular. Close though. I'll give you it. I'll give you that one.
Fair enough.
Ridiculous.
Give you that. Lastly, Jack thinking right outside the box with this one, to the point where it doesn't really tell me what airline it is.
Is it?
Is that oh fucking hell. What?
Not even Jack knows what it is.
Which airline is it?
Or is it Honduras?
Honduras Air, isn't it?
Could be Honduras Air.
Yeah.
The livery, I believe, is for a hotel resort or something. But why'd you pick it?
I mean, it's in your face. It's like you got Jaws, you got freaking the great melodical figure.
Did you say Jaws?
Yeah, Jaws, as in shark.
Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. I saw this one come up and I was like, okay, a very interesting choice. Gemma.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I mean, the face on the tail looks a bit freaky, but the colours, they don't hurt your eyes to stare at them. Yeah, it's. I don't know what that guy's face is on front. That just looks completely random.
Ian.
Yeah, I agree with Gemma there. With that face on the front doesn't look right. It's out of place, isn't it? But I think that might be a whale shark. I'm not too sure what's on the side there. And the tail, is it not like sort of Honduras, South America, Aztecs, and things like that? I think it's really smart, to be quite honest. I think it's really, really nice. I like it a lot. I think that tail's fantastic.
Okay.
That fills me with a lot of confidence.
Will Jack get a point, or will we see Jack ending with 0? I've got a feeling I know where this is going to go. But let's go.
Jackie.
How do I get rid of that? There we go. Right, here we go. Last poll of the round. Last poll of the game. Of course, Ian with the Pepsi Concord, Gemma with the ANA, or Jack with the Honduras thing. It's kind of all I can give it.
Honduras thing.
I don't even know what airline it is. I can't tell you what it is. So there you go. Right, let's have a look in the chat here. Lots of people saying that the Honduras thing is the Honduras version of the World Tales, just as a potential thought. Sarah says that the tail ruins it. Do you think the tail ruins that livery?
It just it doesn't fit in with it.
Oh, very interesting from Lee Class here. ANA is the only airline still in existence with the same livery. Lots of people going with the original Alliance livery for that one. Jim, going back to the Pepsi Concord, says Mach 2 for a maximum of 20 minutes, but could go up to Mach 1.7 with no time limit. And completely and utterly out of nowhere, Ian takes it with the Pepsi Concord.
Wow.
So it's 7 points to you. So records have been broken. Here's how it finishes. Ian is our winner with 7 points. Gemma is with 3 points. And Jack.
Oh.
Poor Jack.
I like it.
Absolutely nil pois. First time it's ever happened. First time it's ever happened on Battle of the Liveries where we've had a contestant go with 0 points.
Wow.
Well done to Ian. Ian will be back again 4 weeks' time. What we're on today. So that's the quiz. A free show. 2nd of June for anybody that wants it and wants to have a go against Ian with some livery battles. Otherwise, don't go anywhere. It's now time for the segment I cannot wait to get into because holy crap. There are some doozies. Here we go. Okay. Ian, when was the last time you were here with us for one of these?
What, for Jack's cooking?
Hmm.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember.
Cool. That means you won't remember too much of what you've shown already.
I know what Jack's cooking's like, to be quite honest.
There's new things on the menu this time.
It's like a car crash.
Yes, there's new things on the menu though this time.
Ooh.
Not just the same Italian food. No,
Yeah.
we're
Raw pizza.
expanding our horizons to the world of seafood. But not just yet. Here's your first one.
Oh, crikey.
Oh,
So, I don't think this looks too bad.
Looks like
It's
he's
just, it looks like a lot of cheese.
Yeah.
oh,
It
too
looks like he's
hot.
blowtorched it round the edges and just left the middle.
Yes. So, I don't think this is too bad.
Yeah, but the way it's stacked up, you know, that top piece you're going to get all cheese off the bottom piece, and
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think that cheese is going anywhere, to be quite honest, looking at that.
That shit is solid.
Yeah. In fact, the only place that's going is where you can ask Rob Brown.
Rob. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Rob's called one of these out, isn't he?
Maybe if you kill one out on top, it might just like. Someone order a Capri's pizza.
Yes. Carl said in future we need a health warning. I will put a health warning out there in future. But yeah, I think it's a good start. It's a good start.
Yeah, but I was the crust's got that much cooked, you know, at the bottom of the plate, but yet the middle of the pizza still looks raw.
I blame my oven.
Was it because it weren't on properly?
It was.
Did the iPad warmer not work? Is that why you've gone for the laptop warmer instead? Let's have a look and see what the chat think. There's going to be some interesting ones here, including this old one from here. Yummy and afterbirth for dinner.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh.
On the flip side to this one, David says Jack's skills are improving.
Kidding.
Wayne, was that a takeaway, Jack?
No.
Where did you get it from, please?
Should have been taken away.
Where was it? Where is it from?
Asda.
That's on Steve.
I've seen it. It's going to go on the screen shortly. Jack, where did it come from?
Asda.
Asda. Okay, Asda. That's fine. Gail says a lot of cheese. Clog your gallbladder, Jackie.
Jackie.
Darren says 4 cheese pizza. Sorry, 4 kilogram cheese pizza.
I think I'd go back and Asda for a refund.
David, any reason why the plate is so precariously perched? It does look like it's about to fall off.
That was a plan.
And comment, again, competition of comment of the night from Steve. Only place you'll find more cheese is Jack's underpants.
God, I feel sick now.
Oh,
Uh,
very good from Steve. Right.
uh,
This is where we now go on to the brand new. Actually, should we do brand new? I'll tell you, let's not do brand new menu just yet. Let's stick with the original.
Oh, crikey.
Oh, you've still not learned how to melt cheese on a tater.
Forget that. He still learned how not to cook that potato. I mean, it's not exploded.
why is
Oh,
the corkscrew sat behind it?
have to get the potato open.
Oh, is it?
I mean, I can see it. Jim says the spud's
Yeah, I
got
can
eyes.
see it.
You can see below the eyes as well. You see it's like a little mouth that's in shock.
Yeah. It looks like it's smiling.
I'm looking at the dark spot right at the bottom of the potato on the same bit as the eyes.
I'm looking
Shock.
just above that to the right.
Yeah, I see it, but it just to me looks like it's in shock. I mean, there's no sauce for the dippers.
Well, who has dippers with jacket potato?
Jack does.
Oh,
Jack, was there any sauce to be had for things? Not there? That's a no.
Just all butter leaking out at the bottom.
Because all the butter, yeah, that's a lot of butter, dude. What's impressive is what Susie Stealth has put. She put it's both burnt and undercooked.
yeah.
That is some skill. You know it's undercooked when the fucking cheese hasn't melted. Lee says, why is the cheese not melted? David says, Jack is taking this a bit far. He's now obsessed with Cheesy Jet.
Ooh. Brilliant.
Sarah says, veg exists, Jack. I'm so glad she didn't put a typo in there either.
Can you
Darren
count the
Smith-
spud? A spud's a veg.
Yeah. Darren says, drinking wine, cockscrew in the background.
I think that was a cheese
Fortunate.
extracted for his pizza.
And Rob Brown, where is the fucking sauce drier than a plate of sand? Okay, it's now time for new recipe.
Here we go.
Jack has been eating some new bits and bobs this week. David, just very quickly, things are looking up though. The potatoes on the plate and not decorated the inside of his oven. Should have seen the egg in the microwave. Right.
Oh,
On to the new recipe. So Jack has been trying something new over the last week or so, and we've all looked at it, and we're just like, oh boy. Okay, if you thought that plate was dry,
oh,
So Jack, as a new recipe, please tell us what it is.
Salmon and tender cooked vegetables.
Tender cooked vegetables.
They're not tender.
They're not cooked.
at least he's got vegetables.
Oh, that's it. But could you break glass with them if you threw it? And the worst thing about this, Jack, was did you have any sauce with it?
No.
No.
Oh, nah.
Octopus tentacle, says Darren. Yeah, I can see that. Jesus. All right, let's have a look here. Darren Smith, holy crap.
Did you not put any seasoning or anything on the salmon?
Yeah. So lemon and
Mold?
sea salt.
Sea salt. Oh, that's what it is. That's a crusted sea salt. Okay.
Okay.
Dan Graham, WTF. Susie Stealth what happened.
The white on it is because it's well overcooked, isn't it? It's
Mm.
I don't know what it is inside the salmon, isn't it?
Carl says the salmon has mould. Oh dear. Rob Brown, drier than a nun's vag. Wayne says it still looks frozen. Gail says no sauce. And Steve, Captain Turd's Eye. Oh, Steve wants that top comment of the night spot. And David says, now that looks like a dish you'd get in an upper class French restaurant, but sadly, Jack, once again, c'est merde.
Zut alors.
If you don't know French, that means it's shit. And if you thought that was shit,
Oh, that's even worse.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh dear. This was sent this evening.
I'm feeling dehydrated just looking at it.
I generally feel like I need a drink.
Mm.
I need liquid. So this is supposed to, I mean, I can see clearly what it's meant to be, Jack, but what is it?
Egg fried rice and salmon.
Where's the egg?
Where's the fried?
Yeah.
It's one of those Uncle Ben's ones that you do.
Oh, cheating.
Did you read the instructions on the packet?
Yeah, unlike last time when it exploded in the fucking microwave.
Did it say anything about not cooking it? Oh, goodness me. Just, Ian, thoughts?
I haven't got any. I've got vomit in my throat at the moment. I'm looking at that poor salmon. I'm a massive fan of salmon, but that's just horrific. That poor
The fish died for this.
Yeah, I know. It's so overcooked and yeah. And as for that microwavable rice stuff there, it's just minging, isn't it? It's claggy and horrible.
Dry.
It does need a
Wait,
sauce.
You bastard, Wayne.
Yeah. Jack would do anything for a bit of fish these days.
You know, Jack, if you would have put that rice onto a bed of rice, brought the salmon down a bit and put it on top and poured a bit of sauce on, you would have got away with that.
Mm-hmm. Or at least soak salmon in a bit of teriyaki sauce before you cook it.
Yeah. There you go. Top tips here. Jack, go get some teriyaki sauce.
I tell you what you can do.
Just any sauce. Just anything will do.
I tell you what you can do, Jack. Go. I don't know whether Asda do them or not. Yeah, Asda do them as well, and Aldi as well. You can buy those 2 salmon fillets what you're eating there together, and they come with like either a peri sauce, like marinated in a peri sauce, or a sweet chili and something or other, and they do a lime and garlic one as well. They do these different flavors of the same kind of salmon fillets, and they are a lot nicer than just that.
Oh, I have got some sriracha sauce I could try.
Yeah.
You didn't fucking use it or what?
Can you wrap it in tin foil, Jack?
Yeah.
Wrap it in tin foil and make the tin foil like a bag rather than compressing it down. Just put a bit of sauce in it, like you say, even a bit of lemon or a bit of salt or even a bit of butter or something, and it'll just keep the fish from like dehydrating.
The late for that when it's dead.
That's it. It just looks like some Rob Brown's whipped out.
Gail says, I feel even more unwell now. Ian said he was a fan of salmon. Jim says, not now, you ain't.
No, that's true.
David says, has Jack been attending veterinary postmortems again? You know.
Jesus.
Darren says, pissing it, liven it up. And salmon should be steamed, says Carl.
Yeah.
Not incinerated.
Poor fish. Well, there you go. That's the end of that segment for yet another week. Again, no food was cooked in the making of this program.
Way!
Oh, Steve, I've been to funerals that weren't as sad as that plate. Jesus.
Oh,
David says, don't tell Jack to wrap things up in tinfoil. It'll end up in the microwave.
yeah.
Oh.
Christ in heaven.
You have an air fryer, Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Try using it.
Is it called the Sun by any chance? Or
Try
That's
plugging
no,
it in.
yeah, have you turned it on yet? That brings to the end another one of the segments here for the show. I haven't clicked it. Why is it? Okay. 2 photos to show off from Jack's trip to a wet Southampton today. Very quickly. There's your first.
That's good.
Brand new as well, that aircraft. Delivered in January 14th of this year.
Nice.
So from the new to the old.
What a beauty. Dornier 228 NG. From
I think that
Arena.
might be on my next, when I'm defending my title. That might be in it.
Steve says he thinks you said hair dryer. Very nice photos. Very good. Wonderful stuff. So Ian is going to be back with us for Battle of the Liveries. Next week, of course, is the quiz. If you fancy taking part in the next installment of Quizness Jet, get in touch with me on the social medias. I'm going to be doing the rounds and getting some invites out there. But if you want to take part, let me know on any of the social medias or whatever you can find me on. Right, very quickly, some shout outs, then we'll get the hell out of here. So, Gemma, you first.
Yeah, thank you, Tom, for letting me join in again. Thank you, Ian, for giving me a month off. And congratulations. Yeah, Jack, good sport as always. Been a really good laugh.
Yeah, thanks for turning up, Jack. Ian.
Yeah, thanks to you, Tom, Gemma, and Jack for a really, really entertaining show. It's been a good laugh, to be fair. Thanks for everyone for voting in the chat and all the comments. And big up to Jack and his culinary skills. Can't knock them, can you?
Oh, dear. Ian, just very quickly, have you seen what Steve sent you? If he sent it to you at all.
I don't know. Let's have a look. What was he sent something to me?
Jack, over to you while we wait.
Right, so just want to say, it's obviously to
Go on, Jack.
I'll leave that there. I mean,
so, obviously to you, Gemma, to Ian, and to Tom. Always pleasure again. To the chatters always for being there, voting, and just making us all laugh and all that. And as I say, onwards and upwards, keeping with the keeping the business flowing. I'm ready to next week. Shuttleworth for me on the Sunday, which I'm absolutely fucking buzzing for.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Very quick thank you to Jack, to Ian, and to Gemma for taking part in the show this evening. If you want to take part in any of the shows that we do here on the channel, get in touch with us and we will get you on. Always space for whoever wants to join us. I'm back tomorrow for some more Formula One stuff. The flight sim should be back at some point in the next week or so once I finish downloading it again. Yeah, it'd be nice to have that back eventually. I'm on tomorrow. Wayne is back on Wednesday with Omzi. Otherwise, I keep thinking tomorrow is a Monday. It is not, so it's Tuesday.
4 days this week, Tom.
Thank goodness. It always seems to be long for some reason. It's weird. Yeah, Jack's always on a fucking 4-day week. And he doesn't fucking work. You should be celebrating, Jack, because that means I don't get a day of pay, which means you miss out. Anyway, I'm only kidding. So have a wonderful rest of your Monday evening. Have a wonderful Tuesday. I'll see you tomorrow for the Baku Grand Prix, where hopefully it won't be as tense as it was last time. Otherwise, look after yourselves and each other, and in true game show style, we'll say goodbye by waving frantically at the camera. Where is it? Where is it? It's there. Cool. Right, here we go. Wave to the camera, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care, everybody. See you tomorrow for some Grand Prix action. Bye.
Bye.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me damage satisfied.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Battle of the Liveries.